Hey guys, Bob here from Raw Strength and Muscle, and today we are going to talk about the most efficient form of cardio. Now, when I talk about efficiency, I don't mean how many calories you burn or how much fat you lose doing a certain amount of cardio for a certain time. I'm talking about a different type of efficiency because the bottom line is your weight loss, your weight maintenance are basically going to come from diet. You don't have to do any cardio whatsoever. And if you control your diet, you will lose fat. If you control your diet, you will maintain fat loss. On the flip side, if you eat shit all day, no matter how much cardio you do, you're not going to lose fat. You're not going to maintain your fat loss, and you're actually going to get fatter. I don't care how active you are. You can always eat more calories than you can burn doing cardio, period. So we're not doing cardio for fat loss. Why are we doing cardio? Okay, there are direct benefits from cardio that you're going to get, the most obvious of which is health. I, bulked for like over a year and a half, and I still did cardio. I didn't do cardio for fat loss. My diet was in check. I didn't have to do cardio. The reason that I did the cardio was for health benefits, okay? Your heart and your lungs need to be taxed. You need to, stress them so that they can become stronger just for health purposes. Okay. Going for these long walks, which is basically what I did. I would just walk for an hour almost every day. Basically going for these walks, I was like flexing my lower body muscles, especially, which basically pumped out the blood full of all the waste products from my workouts. And it reintroduced new, fresh blood with nutrients, with oxygen. So basically, it actually helped my muscles recover. It reduced delayed onset muscle soreness. Okay. It allowed me to get back into the gym stronger the next time, as opposed to if I had laid on my ass all day. Okay. So these are the kinds of benefits that you're going to get from cardio, not the fat loss, but just because of the other benefits, the health benefits, the performance benefits. But different types of cardio have different types of benefits. So let's go ahead and talk about what the most efficient forms are. Okay. Honestly, when I did these hour walks, I never intended them to be cardio. Okay. The only point where I realized I was doing cardio was because I would talk about them in my social media, and people would ask me, are you going for a certain heart rate or a certain distance or a certain caloric burn or a certain time? And I realized I wasn't doing any of that. What I really was doing, okay, is I was working on my business, and there were times when my brain just wasn't working. I just was stagnant. I was sitting inside the house. I do, in fact, suffer from, like seasonal affective disorder. It's like winter depression. When you're indoors all day, you just get depressed, which is why I go to the solarium. Just being indoors wasn't good for me to keep an open mind. I felt like I was closed in. And I realized that if I went for a walk, that I would be outside, I'd see the sun, I'd see the nature. It was just beautiful. I'd get some fresh air, I'd go for a walk, get some endorphins flowing in my body. I'd come back and I'd have some of the best ideas for my business just because I was going for a walk. Now, this is what I'm talking about efficiency. It's not a matter of, oh, I was burning calories today. It's a matter of, I went for a walk, okay? Yes, heart, lungs, training, health purposes. Yes, caloric burn. Yes, all that stuff is great. Also, I came up with another brand new idea for my business, something else I could do. Okay, great stuff. That is what I mean by efficiency. Okay, there was a point where my girlfriend and I were, every morning we'd wake up, go to the gym, come back, and go for an hour walk. Okay, that was our time, our hour together where we had no distractions, no TV, no phones, nothing. The two of us would just walk for a half an hour, turn around and walk back for a half an hour. That was our time. Now, did we burn calories? Yes. Was that good for, our heart and our lungs? Yes. Did that help break down, like I said, the DOMS, the delayed onset muscle soreness, help with recovery? Yes, it did. But we got out, we got some sun, we got to see, nature, we got to breathe some fresh air, and we were just together and spoke together for an hour straight. Most people do not do that. You don't spend time with your kids, you don't spend time with your wife or anybody for an hour straight with zero distractions. Most people don't. We did that every day. So that's what I mean when I say it was efficient. We not only combined like the actual cardiovascular benefits and the fat burning benefits of walking, we combined that with quality time together with zero distractions. We could also have walked right next to each other on a treadmill, and she could have been listening to her music, and I could have been listening to my podcast, and we could have been looking straight ahead and at the screens listening to a podcast, looking at the screens with the news going on in the TVs, looking at other people in the gym and completely oblivious to each other. But it was more efficient because we were walking in nature together with no distractions. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about some more types of efficiency. Okay, I am a big fan of HIIT cardio. Why am I a big fan of HIIT cardio? Like intense intervals. Well, let's go ahead and look at some of the reasons why I train. I want to look good. I'm not going to lie. I want to look good. I want to be healthy. I'm not going to lie. I want to live longer. I want to have a higher quality of life. Okay. I want to, burn fat and, burn calories and stuff like that. Fine. All this is also true. Okay. People ask me what I do for my calves. Do you know what I do for my calves? I do jump rope for my calves. Okay. Right now, I'm doing jump rope every time that I do a workout for 5 minutes as a warm up. So basically what I'm doing is I'm jumping from foot to foot to foot to foot for 5 minutes straight, okay? I'm jumping on the balls of my foot, my ankle is flexed, I'm not going, down with my heel on the ground, I'm not jumping with my toe. So basically I am like using my Achilles tendon and my calf muscles every time that I jump when I'm jumping rope for 5 minutes straight, 6 days a week, okay? That is a killer calf workout. Now compare my calves doing 5 minutes every day, like 6 days a week, and an extra 20 minutes twice a week when I do specific jump rope intervals. Compare the amount of stress I put on my calves as compared to somebody who sits on a bicycle and reads a magazine, or somebody who goes on the step mill and looks at the TV in front of him. They're not using their calves. I'm using my calves 5 minutes a day, 6 days a week, 20 minutes a day, twice a week. That is one of the reasons why I've got massive calves. So this is another example of how cardio can be efficient. I'm training my calves, and at the same time, I'm doing my cardio. At the same time, I'm warming up. Okay, so I'm getting 3 benefits. I'm warming my whole body up, training my calves, and I'm doing a great cardio workout. Let's go ahead and look at some of the other reasons why I train, okay? I want to look good, I want to be healthy, longevity, quality of life into my old age, etc., etc., etc. I also want to be able to defend myself and defend other people, okay? Now, let's go ahead and see if somebody just kind of walks on a treadmill, they put their hoodie up and they put their head down and they grab onto the handlebars and they have their head down, they pretend they're Kai Green and we're just going to walk for 40 minutes. Who do you think is going to be able to better defend himself? Somebody who does, like, let's say squat tucks, burpees, where I'm like squatting down, touch the ground, jump up, bring both of my knees to my chest, squat, do that again and again and again, all right? Squat down, kick my feet back, do a push-up, and then jump up in the air. I do that again and again and again and again and again, okay? When I do something like that, I teach my whole body to work as a unit. I teach my whole body to work explosively, okay? So it's not like, I don't just like, bring my knees up, goo goo gaga. I squat down, jump up while I'm in the air. I bring both my knees to my chest, and then I bring my feet down so that I land on my feet. Okay, now imagine someone who goo goo gaga, walking on the treadmill, pretending they're Kai Green really slowly for 40 minutes, or me who does this exercise, bringing my knee up into somebody's solar plexus, bringing my knee up into somebody's chin, okay? Like the fact that I'm doing these squat tucks, the fact that I'm doing these burpees, I'm doing these explosive movements, trains my body, first of all, to be explosive, not to like push, but to explode, okay? Whether I'm hitting with my hand, whether I'm hitting with my knee, whether I'm hitting with my leg, my elbow, whatever, I'm training my body to bring my knees up explosively, to bring my legs up explosively, to push away explosively, okay? So even with no actual combat training, no actual hitting the bag or hitting the mitts or shadow boxing, I'm training my body systems, okay, my muscularity, my energy systems to explode into an opponent, okay, which is something you do not get. That's why interval training is more efficient, okay, than just walking, okay? Let's go ahead and talk about the mental effect. I mean, I said this a long time ago and a couple people didn't quite get it. They thought it was funny. Like, if you don't do burpees, your wife is going to get raped. Okay. And the point that I meant when I did this is doing burpees is hard. Doing jump rope intervals is hard. Okay. Doing squat tucks is hard. Okay. Those are hard cardio exercises. Most people don't have the stomach for them. So let's say I go ahead and do these exercises, and then somebody runs up and he's like, man, I'm going to punch you in the face. I'm going to fuck your bitch. Okay. I did 100 burpees this morning. Then I did 20 rep squats with 315. Then I did fucking 5 deadlifts with 500 pounds. And you seriously think that I'm going to be fucking concerned by some fucking jackass who says he's going to punch me in the fucking face? Getting punched in the face and having all my shit broken is so much more pleasant than doing 100 fucking burpees. I'm just going to say 10 sets of 10, 30 seconds break in between. That fucking blows. And that was the warm up for my leg workout. So you think you're really going to fucking impress me? So what I'm talking about here is efficiency in terms of I'm training my killer instinct, I'm training my pain tolerance, I'm training my aggressiveness. If I go into the gym knowing that I'm going to do 10 sets of 10 burpees with a 30-second break, and then I'm going to go ahead and start doing my real leg workout, it's going to suck. I'm going to go in there knowing it's going to suck. It makes you into a different type of person. Like I said, the killer instinct you have, the pain tolerance you have. I know it's going to suck. I'm going to get up and I'm going to do it anyway. Okay. There are a lot of people who are afraid to go to the gym, to walk on the treadmill for 5 minutes and do some lateral raises and some 5-pound concentration curls and talk to people and play some racquetball and go home. They're afraid to do that. I know this fucking hellacious workout is coming to me when I get up in the morning, and I still get up and do it. So I am not only training the energy systems, to explode. I'm not only training the muscles. I'm not only training my heart and my lungs. I'm not only doing stuff for health. I'm not only burning calories, but I am training my mind to be fucking unstoppable. Now, I'm not saying that I'm the baddest man in the world. I'm not saying you can't kill me. You can't beat me up. But I'm saying I'm not going to back down from shit. Okay? Like, I break my fucking right hand punching you in the face. I'm going to start punching you in the face with my left hand. You cut my fucking right arm off. I'm going to start hitting you with my left arm. Okay, you are going to have to fucking kill me to fucking kill me. Like, I'm not going to fucking back down and lay on the ground and say, I just want to walk on the treadmill for 40 minutes and enjoy my favorite foods, and I want to have a candy bar instead of a chicken breast and goo goo gaga. This kind of training makes you into a fucking man. Okay, once again, let's go ahead and talk about self-defense. Let's talk about personal combat. I think that it's every person, and certainly I don't want to sound sexist, but every man's requirement to be able to defend himself and his family, his friends, his people. Okay. What do you think is more of an efficient workout? Okay. Doing the Kai Greene thing, putting your hoodie on and walking very slow, holding onto the handles of the fucking treadmill for 40 minutes and goo goo gaga and thinking you're a fucking Kai Greene, but he weighs 300 pounds of muscle more than you do. Or let's say going ahead and doing shadow boxing. Okay. That's something that, like, when I was a kid reading about Bruce Lee, he would just go ahead and he would just move his feet. He wouldn't even shadow box. He would just move to the side, move forward, move backwards, move forward, move backwards. They throw some punches, they throw some punches, they throw, he'd move for a little bit, then he'd move and punch, and then he'd move. And basically, he was like running back and forth. Now, you could go ahead and be like Hanoi Jane and put on leotards and do a booty butt plug class where you just jump up and down. Hey, everybody, do this. Now, everybody do this. And yes, you would burn calories. But who do you think is going to be more efficient? Somebody who just jumps up and down? Or somebody who spends, 20, 30 minutes, just moving forward and throwing punches, moving backward and throwing punches, moving to the side, moving to the side, moving to the side, circle right, circle left, throwing kicks and punches, then throwing punches and kicks. Who do you think is going to be more efficient? So that's an efficiency, that's a version of efficiency as well. You could burn calories by jumping up and down like a fucking idiot with a fucking thong on and a bunch of bitches around you, or you can shadow box, hit the pad, hit the mitts if you got a training partner with you, and do that. You are training your energy systems, okay? Keep your hands up, training your muscles to keep your hands up. You're training your energy systems to explode into the pads, You're training your footwork, okay? Moving forward, moving backwards, circling around, bobbing, weaving, moving in, moving out. You're training your fighting ability, plus you're training your energy systems to explode, plus you're training your energy systems to go like flurry of punches and then circle for a second, recover, flurry of punches, circle for a second, recover, okay, which is how a real fight works, okay? It's not like punching for 5 minutes, and then you have like a 1 minute break, there's always like a flurry of punches, a flurry of kicks, somebody's trying to get a takedown, somebody's on the ground scrambling, and then there's like a break where people are kind of like, just circling around. If you train yourself to explode during those flurries and then recover while you're circling around and the other person can't, you get into a situation where, we're both at 100%. After the first flurry, I recover 100%, you recover 80%. After the next flurry, you're at 80%, I'm at 100%. I recover and I'm at 100% again. Now you're at 60%. So the other person fades and fades and fades unless you train yourself to, like I said, explode and then in a few seconds just kind of recover. And this is the sort of thing that you could be doing instead of just walking on a treadmill. Like I said, jump rope intervals, burpee intervals, squat tuck intervals, sprints obviously fit into there as well. At the same time, you could be doing shadow boxing, hitting the pads, hitting the bag for intervals. And I'm not talking about just, slow. I'm talking about like jab, 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 jab. Do that for a minute. Take a 15-second break. 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. Circle around the bag the whole time. Just do stuff like this. You're getting an interval workout, you're burning calories, you're getting a cardiovascular workout, you're increasing the quality of your life as you age, you're increasing the length of your life, you're looking better because you're, like I said, you're toning up your muscles just by keeping your hands up. You're toning up your muscles. Just by doing jump rope, you're building your calves, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And at the same time, you're building up, like I said, like if anybody who's ever held pads knows it sucks. Like it sucks to be like throwing punches, okay, and then you're tired. Now you give me the pads and I hold them for you. It sucks to just hold on to the pads. You build like the mental fortitude. You become a better man just by going through the pain of like throwing the punches and then holding the mitts for the next guy and then throwing the punches and then holding the mitts for the next guy. It fucking sucks, but it trains your mind to be a fucking man and not be a little bitch who's gonna back down the first time somebody looks at you the wrong way. So anyway, that's like a little convoluted kind of way to talk about efficiency. The bottom line is efficiency in terms of cardio does not mean that you are going to be, like I said, burning more calories in less amount of time. Just fucking eat less, okay? You do not have to do cardio to burn calories, okay? When you talk about efficiency, doing cardio, you want to talk about what you're getting out of it. Hell, there was one guy who was doing, one of my strength-based workouts. He was basically just trying to get bigger and stronger on low carbs and on weighted calisthenics. And, I was like, so what's your life like? What kind of activity? And he played basketball. So I'm like, hey, that could be your, I call it incidental cardio. We don't plan it in, but if 2-3 times a week, he hangs out with the guys and plays some basketball, he's going to get a great cardio workout. Yes, he's going to burn some calories, but more importantly, he's going to strengthen his heart, strengthen his lungs, get some explosiveness in by, running back and forth and, try to move around other people with the ball. And he's going to spend time with his friends, instead of like walking with your headphones on for 40 minutes and then hanging out in a bar with your friends for 40 minutes. He's basically combining the two. He's hanging out with his friends, playing basketball, which he enjoys, and at the same time, he's getting in a good cardiovascular workout. Once again, that's a perfect example of how you can make a cardio workout more efficient. If you guys like this video, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you click that little bell if you haven't yet so that you actually are informed when new videos come out. And if you want to be trained by me, you've got to check out the Raw Strength and Muscle Brotherhood. Just go to rawstrengthandmuscle.com and you will be able to join one of my group coaching modalities, okay? Basically, you get all of my courses on nutrition, all of my workouts. You get a Q&A every single week where you can jump on a Zoom call and ask me questions, and I'll give you an answer right there. We've got a community where you can post questions, concerns, every single day. I'm in there answering them. If you want a form check, I'll give it to you. If you want suggestions on how to, increase your weights or how you should move forward from here, I'll give you those answers. Check out your macros, I'll do that. If you just want to brag because you've got a new PR in your deadlift, your new PR in your weighted pull-ups, and you want to show a video of it, I'm going to cheer as much as you are, okay? And I've also included 2 new modalities. One of them, I set you up with everything the first month that you join. I create your program for you, okay? And every month we have a one-on-one call where, basically we just update your program. And then I have an unlimited version where not only do I create everything for you in the first month, but you have unlimited text contact to me and unlimited Skype calls with me. So anytime anything comes up, you just send me a text and I'll get right back to you, or we'll get on a damn Skype call and just, clear up whatever issues you're having right that moment, okay? So go ahead, rawstrengthandmuscle.com, check out the 3 levels of the Raw Strength and Muscle Brotherhood now. Aside from that, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.